Hi guys, it's Anna from Love Baby Photography. Today I wanted to show you how to do a simple edit with neutral colors. As you might have seen in my photography, I do like to use a lot of neutral tones and a lot of whites and creams um, because it just works and it does amazing things to skin tones, and it's just so much easier for editing. But of course, I have many clients that still want to use a pop of color, so here and there you will see a little bit of pinks and lavenders, but that's a whole other story. So let's work on this image. I just opened it in Camera Raw. The image is completely raw, completely unedited, straight out of the camera. Um, I shot this image at 2.2 ISO 800. It was a little bit dark, and I used my 50 millimeter lens. I no longer use the 50 millimeter because I want a little bit more of a negative space when I'm shooting newborns, and I do travel a lot, so it really helps to have that a little bit more extra negative space when I'm shooting. Because I never know what I'm gonna walk into. Anyways, so this image will first be edited in Camera Raw, and the main thing what I'm going to do here is obviously brighten up the baby's face a little bit more, try to get rid of um, this. I'm not sure what's happening here. It's kind of a different color, but we'll see what we can do. And definitely brighten it more up on the sides and take out that yellow greenish tone that I see. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I do is adjust the white balance. So right now it's set as a shot, and let me see. I think cloudy as a shot. See, as a shot, it's a little bit green. I kind of like play with these, um, depending on the image. I kind of like this. And then I'm going to go into this area and select neutral. All right, here we go. So the next step is I'll probably end up brightening up the image a little bit. Probably this much, maybe like 15. And then we're going here, and I'm going to take out some of the yellow. Let me see. So when we go and split the image, so you kind of see already, this is where we started, and the baby looked a little bit green, a little bit yellow, and this is where we right now with just tiny adjustments, and it's already so much better. Let's see. So after this, I typically will go and use the adjustment brush tool, which is right over here. It's one of my favorite tools because it's great. You get to select an area and select exactly what you want to do. So I'm going to up the exposure right here so everything else stays at 0, and I just move this around to as much as I need. So looking at his skin, it's a little bit dark, so I'll probably start at like 35, and then we kind of take it right there. So my brush is like a medium sized brush, and so all you do is just start brushing on, and you could see the improvement that it has already. And then when we split it again, it's pretty incredible how fast you could adjust an image. Next, the other thing I want to do is maybe drop the highlights just a little bit, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of over here. Let me see. think I'm gonna stop at 14. I think that's pretty good. But I'm just not 100% satisfied with the skin. I feel like it's still a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna go back here to the adjustment brush tool and probably end up doing like 25% opacity. Okay, I think that's really good. So this was the original straight out of the camera, and this is the edited one only in Camera Raw at the moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it in Photoshop. And in Photoshop, I do a few things. I adjust the color, I'll, get rid of the redness sometimes, and apply a couple of actions that I have purchased. So first thing I'm gonna do the clone stamp tool, and I'm not sure what's right here. It's a little bit like a dark spot, so I'm just gonna clone, select, and do it right there. So the baby has a little bit, the arms are red, but it's mainly because of the position of the arms. So I'm going to use an action to remove the red. So I'm going to run the action. Make sure that the white brush is selected. I try to go maybe like 15% opacity right here on the top. Make sure your brush tool is selected on the side panel, and we brush. So when you look at the layers, so that was before and this is after. So definitely could see a change. Before and after. So I'm going to, I typically flatten everything, but let's see. We can just merge. Just going back in the history. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do, I see that the baby has, the skin overall is pretty good. I can't complain. There's just a few minor things right here. So I'm going to select the Spot Healing Brush tool, and just kind of get rid of all this stuff. And this is such an easy tool to use, and it's so helpful. You can literally just click and it's gone, and then like this thing right here, this little piece of yarn or thread, it's just, I don't know, distracting me somehow. So I'm just going to select it like this, and then it's gone. So it's super easy, super convenient, super fast and helpful. What else? Let me see. I see a little bit of yellow on his skin, so I'm going to use Yellow Be Gone action and just brush over his skin at probably, I'll start at like 25% opacity, and then let's open the layers so you guys could see it. So that was before, and now it's after, so it's so much better, so much better. And then the hat is a little bit yellow too. I'm not sure what's giving it that tone, but we'll get rid of it. So much better. For the hat, I'm gonna up the opacity. Let's do like 40. I don't obsess over opacities. I just kind of, select it, use it, and then see what it looks like, and if I like it. If it's too much, I, go back down. If it's not enough, I bump it up. So this was the before, so you could see that the baby's a little bit yellow, and we have a little bit of yellow tint on the hat. And now this is after, so it's so much better. So this is before and this is after. What else? So I'm going to merge everything. Again, I usually merge down. I usually just flatten everything. That's just kind of how I work. All right, so I'm going to run this action free. It's really good. It gives like a really nice soft skin tone, and I pretty much use it for every single newborn session. See? So it's warm, it's nice, it works for newborns, and it's, you know, it's not too much. So I'm going to flatten that out, and I'm going to run one more action to, where is that, tusk, right here. So this kind of gives it a fade all around. So this is before running the tusk action, and this is after. So I like what it does to the background. It kind of makes everything a little bit more softer, but I definitely don't want it to be over the baby. So I'm going to, right here, select the black brush, just switch it right over, just like that. Make sure my brush tool is selected, and I think I'm going to do it, I typically do it maybe at like 35. That's kind of like my sweet spot. And so I'm just going to start brushing it off the hat and the baby's arms and the baby's face. So I'll just go over it a few times. Let me go back. So this is after and this is before. So you could see that even when running that action, like right here on the blanket, it kind of fills in and it just makes it much more smoother and more appealing to the eye. You know, it's not distracting. So I'm just gonna run it off a little bit more. So this is after and this was before. So you could see the change, which is, you know, again, it's such an easy action and it's perfect. So I'm going to flatten everything, and then I'm going to run Portraiture, which is the skin smoothing action. But right before I do that, I'm going to go back into filter and click camera raw filter, because I want to take it back to camera raw for just one more tiny adjustment. So I'm going to go to the adjustment brush tool and select the exposure, and 25 is good, and I'm just going to run it over his forehead and run right around the eye area just to brighten it up. And so when we look back, you could see it's just like a little bit more darker, and I prefer it to be just a little more lighter, and I think it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead, hit OK, and it's going to open up the image back in Photoshop. It's a little bit lighter. What else? So I think that's about it. So my portraiture is right here. It is the best thing ever. If you don't have it, definitely invest in it. It's not that expensive, and I think sometimes you can find pretty good discount codes. So I run it at medium, and I have a little sharpness right here. I'll bump it up actually to maybe about 12, and I'll open it. So now it's going to run the portraiture over the image. And sometimes medium is a little bit too much, like in this case. So the baby's pretty smooth. So this was the before, and this is after. So, and it's at 100% opacity. So I'm going to select this layer, and this opacity right here right now is working with this layer that's selected. And so I'm going to bump it down to about like I don't know, usually stick between 68, 70, depending on the baby's skin tone. So I think his skin tones are good. His skin is good. There's not much needed. So this was before and this is after. And I think we're pretty much done. So then from here, I will flatten. I love to flatten. One thing I see that I might just want to adjust. So I'm gonna select this eyedropper tool and just select the background and do my brush tool and probably 20% opacity because I don't want it to be too strong. 21 is fine, not a big deal. So we selected the color right here. I picked it up with the eyedropper tool. And so I'm just going to paint right over it just to give it a little bit more smoothness. And that's it. Done. So I'm going to go ahead and save the image. Let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and save it in my desktop. And I typically just do Love Baby Photography and call it a day. And when I am saving, I know many photographers like to downsize the image because they say that it takes up too much space on their desktop and all sorts of things. But I go with the, with the maximum size and the large file because I want to make sure that my clients are truly, receiving high resolution images and that they can print any size they want. And I don't have to worry about them coming back to me at some point in time and telling me that they want to print a poster size image and the resolution is not high enough. So I keep it at 12 maximum and the image size is 9.5. So I think that's perfect. So I will save the image and this is it. So now, just to show you one last time, I took a print screen of the image before. I'm going to do place embedded and the image is right here. So I'm going to open it up and make it just a little bit more smaller. Turn it to the side, not so much. And then place it over here. And then hit OK. So there you go, guys. So that was before and this is after. I think if you follow these simple tools, it will definitely help you, take your editing to a different level. And I always recommend shooting in camera raw because you could truly go back and adjust anything. So if you just, look at the before and after, shooting in camera raw really pays off. I mean, this baby's skin is dark, underexposed, yellow tones, red tones, even green tones, and now he just looks amazing. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. If you like my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I will be posting videos weekly and a few videos per week. So come back, enjoy, and if there's a video editing tutorial that you would like to see, please let me know and I'll be sure to work on that and get it up for you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.